There's a specific kind of silence that only shows up when you're trying to forget someone, but your mind refuses to cooperate. It's not the peaceful kind of silence. It's not calm. It's heavy. It sits with you when you're alone. It follows you when you're busy. It waits patiently for those quiet moments when your guard drops. And then suddenly, they're there again. You try everything. You distract yourself. See, you stay productive. You scroll endlessly. You tell yourself, it's over. I should be fine by now. And for a while it works, but then something small happens. A song, a place, a smell, a random thought, and just like that, they're back. Not just as a memory, but as a feeling. And then comes the question, the one that quietly unsettles you. Why can't I let go, even when I want to? You start doubting yourself. Maybe you're too emotional. Maybe you're too attached. Maybe something is wrong with you. But here's the truth most people never tell you. This isn't weakness. This isn't desperation. And this definitely doesn't mean you're broken. It means something real happened inside you. Something deeper than logic, deeper than time, deeper than your conscious decisions. Because letting go isn't just a choice. It's a process your mind and body have to agree on. And right now, a part of you is still holding on, not because you want to suffer, but because something inside you hasn't finished processing what happened. Tonight, we're going to understand that. We're going to uncover why your mind keeps returning to them, what you're actually attached to, and how this understanding can finally give you peace. Because sometimes you're not missing the person, you're missing what they meant to you. Part 1. The unfinished story in your mind. One of the biggest reasons you can't let go has nothing to do with love alone. It has to do with something your brain deeply struggles with. Unfinished stories. Your mind is wired to seek resolution. It wants clarity. It wants answers. It wants things to make sense. Psychology calls this the need for closure. And when closure is missing, your brain doesn't just move on. It loops. Over and over again. Maybe they left suddenly. Maybe they changed without explanation. Maybe things ended in confusion. Maybe you never got to say what you truly felt. Or maybe you said everything and still felt unheard. So your mind does what it's designed to do. It tries to fix the ending. You replay conversations in your head. You imagine different outcomes. You rewrite moments. If I had said this, if I had done that, maybe things would have been different. But here's the truth. You're not obsessed with them. You're trying to solve something that feels incomplete. Your brain treats emotional experiences like stories, and stories need endings. When there is no clear ending, your mind keeps searching for one. That's why time alone doesn't heal everything. Time without understanding just repeats the same loop. And the longer those questions remain unanswered, the longer your attachment stays alive. But here's the shift that changes everything. You're not holding on to them. You're holding on to the questions they left behind. And once you realize that, you stop blaming yourself. You stop thinking you're weak. And you begin to heal in a way that actually works. Part 2. Your body remembers what your mind tries to forget. Letting go isn't just mental, it's biological. And this is where most people misunderstand themselves, because your mind might say, it's over, but your body doesn't listen to words. Your nervous system operates on something much simpler. Familiarity equals safety. Even if that safety wasn't perfect, even if it hurt you, even if it was inconsistent, at some point, your body learned them, their voice, their presence, their patterns. It learned how they made you feel. Maybe they calmed you down during chaos. Maybe they made you feel less alone. Maybe they gave you moments of comfort you didn't realize you needed. And once your body registers someone as safe or familiar, it doesn't forget easily. That's why you can miss someone who hurt you. That's why moving on feels uncomfortable, even when staying hurt. Because your nervous system isn't thinking logically. It's reacting to what it knows. So when they're gone, your system feels off, restless, unsettled, anxious, not because they were perfect, but because your body hasn't learned a new version of safety yet. And this is why forcing yourself to move on doesn't work. You can't rush biological healing. You can't argue your way out of emotional conditioning. Healing isn't about erasing them. It's about retraining your system. It's about showing yourself through new experiences that peace is still possible without them. And slowly, very slowly, your body starts to believe it. And when your body feels safe again, your mind finally begins to let go. Part 3, the version of you that still lives in the past. Sometimes you're not holding on to them, you're holding on to who you were, when you were with them. Think about it. Who were you during that time? Maybe you laughed more, maybe you felt more open, maybe you were hopeful in a way you hadn't been before, maybe you finally felt seen, or chosen, or understood. And even if it wasn't perfect, there was a version of you that felt alive. And when the relationship ended, you didn't just lose them, you lost that version of yourself, that identity, that possibility. Psychology tells us that attachment doesn't only form to people, it forms to identities, to versions of ourselves we discover in certain relationships. So when it ends, your mind doesn't just miss the person, it misses who you became with them. That's why memories hit so hard, because they don't just remind you of them, they remind you of you, the you who believed in something, the you who took emotional risks, the you who imagined a future that never happened. And letting go means facing that loss, not just of them, but of yourself. And that's a deeper kind of grief. But here's the truth that changes everything. That version of you didn't disappear. It was always yours. They didn't create it, they revealed it, and that means you can find it again, not by going back, but by moving forward, becoming someone new, without losing the essence of who you were. Part 4, breaking the emotional loop and finding peace. There's one more layer to this, and it's something most people never realize. Sometimes you're not attached to love, you're attached to the emotional intensity, because not all relationships are calm. Some are unpredictable, some are chaotic, some feel like emotional roller coasters. And psychology has a name for this: intermittent reinforcement. It's the same pattern that makes gambling addictive. When something good happens randomly, your brain gets hooked because it keeps chasing the next high. In relationships, this looks like moments of deep connection, followed by distance, warmth, followed by coldness, closeness, followed by confusion. And those highs, they feel incredible, almost magical, but the lows, they create anxiety, doubt, fear, and your brain starts cycling between hope and stress. Dopamine, then cortisol, relief, then uncertainty. Over time, your system becomes addicted not to the person, but to the pattern, to the feeling of maybe. So when it ends, you don't just miss them. You miss the intensity, the anticipation, the emotional rush. And that's why letting go feels so hard, because you're not just healing from a person, you're detoxing from a pattern. And detox is uncomfortable. It feels empty at first, quiet, different. But that quiet, that's where clarity begins. And clarity shows you something powerful. What felt like love was sometimes survival. Now here's the final truth. You won't fully let go until you understand what it meant. Because your mind is still searching for meaning. It's asking, what did this teach me? Why did this happen? What does this say about me? And until those questions are answered, the story stays open. But once you find the meaning, not the fantasy, not the what-ifs, but the real lesson, something shifts. You stop replaying, you stop chasing, you stop wondering, and without forcing it, you begin to release. Because letting go isn't about forgetting, it's about understanding deeply enough that your mind no longer needs to hold on. And when that happens, your heart doesn't break. It softens, it opens, and quietly, it lets go. And maybe, just maybe, you were never meant to hold on forever. Maybe this person didn't come into your life to stay, but to wake something up inside you, to show you what you needed, to reveal what you deserved, to teach you what you could no longer ignore. So instead of asking, "Why can't I let go?" try asking yourself something different. What is this experience trying to teach me? Because the moment you understand the lesson, the attachment begins to lose its power, and one day, without forcing it, without fighting it, you'll realize something quietly changed. They don't cross your mind the same way anymore. The memories don't feel as heavy. The silence doesn't hurt like it used to. Not because you forgot them, but because you finally found yourself. So take your time, heal slowly, be patient with your heart, and remember this: letting go isn't losing something important. It's making space for something real. If this spoke to you, if you felt even a small shift inside, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear this tonight. Because sometimes healing starts with understanding, and you deserve that peace.